Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're here to talk about Cisco UCS B200 M4 blades, and specifically they're inside the 5108 AC2 chassis, and we're going to go over the memory and CPUs inside. Let's get rolling. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by to learn a little bit more about the B200 M4 blades inside the UCS 5108 AC2 chassis. Do us a favor, if you find anything in this video useful, click that like and smash that subscribe. All right, well, let's get rolling. First things first, you will notice that the chassis here, the 5108 AC2, will accept 8 blades in front. It's going to have a bunch of fans in the back, a bunch of power as well. I can tell you this thing is very complicated. It is not for an everyday user. You definitely need to know how to use Cisco, be able to get into the UCS manager, understand the interconnect fabrics in the back. I mean, there's a lot that goes on with this machine, so I just want to throw that out there in advance. So if you're thinking about, hey, can this be an easy server that I can use for hosting, or as a home lab or something to that effect? Really, it's not the easiest one by any means. This is a very complicated system. I'm not calling it a bad system by any means. It's a great system. These are great blades. They're just very complicated. I just wanted to throw that in advance. So if you're at home and you're like, hey, you have one of these and you're trying to figure it out right now, it's not easy. I just wanted to throw that out there for you. So, all right, as far as the CPUs are concerned, there's 2 CPUs inside each blade. It's an LGA 2011-3 socket, which means it uses Intel Xeon E5 2600V3 or V4 series processors. People ask us all the time, like, hey, what processors do you like to use? Well, it really depends on what application you're using this for. If you are using this for hosting and you're having dedicated, each blade's a dedicated server for you, and you want something, on the cheaper side, like on the low end side for, lower end customers, the E5 2620V3 is a hex core proc, super cheap nowadays. You can put 2 of those in there, have 12 cores, and it won't cost a ton of money. If you want a good value proc, I like the E5 2660V3, the E5 2670V3. Those are great bangs for your buck. If you want a high-end one, which is honestly what I kind of recommend with these blades, something like a E5 2695V4, E5 2697, 98, 99, all those on the V4 side are great procs. They're going to be a little bit more expensive, but you're going to get 18, 20, 22 core. I mean, you're going to get some really good procs, and you can put 2 of them in. So all of a sudden you got 20 cores in one blade. It's a great solution overall. As far as the RAM is concerned, it takes DDR4 memory. There's 24 DIMM slots inside. You can use a number of different speeds: 2133, 2400. 2666. I will note with 2666 it will actually clock back down to 2400, which is the true fastest speed for this machine. And we actually don't recommend putting in 2666. With Cisco, it's a little bit more finicky about, you can't just throw anything in and hope it'll clock down. So I really would say just stick with the 2400 or the 2133. As far as the different sizes, you can use a 4 gig, an 8 gig, a 16 gig, a 32 gig, or all the way up to a 64 gig. Now the 64 gig will depend on what type of RAM are you using. And that brings us to, what type of RAM does the B200 M4 accept? Well, really, there's actually 3 types of RAM that it accepts. Your normal ECC registered, also known as an RDIMM, your normal everyday load reduced, known as an LRDIMM, and it also accepts TSV RDIMMs, which is a whole special type of RDIMM that we can talk about more on another day. But realistically, it's just a special type of RDIMM that has a little bit better boost in performance overall. So with a traditional RDIMM, the most that you're going to be able to get in this machine is 768 gigabytes using 2432 gigs at 2400 speed. With your TSV RDIMMs, you can actually get 1.5 terabytes using 2464 gigs, again at 2400 speed. And the load reduced models are going to be the same. You get 1.5 terabytes using 2464 gigs at 2400 speed. So now that we know a little bit more about the different types of RAM and the procs that we can use, let's go ahead and pull out one of the blades. I'll show you how to actually do the upgrades. If you're not fully maxing it out and you want to know, hey, which slot should I put them in? I'm only putting in 64 gigs or 96 gigs or 128 gigs or something like this. We'll show you the best way to install it to make sure that you maximize your overall performance. But before we do, I'm going to grab my ESD gear, because you really don't want to be inside the machine without some sort of protection. So I'm going to grab that and be right back. All right, now that we have our ESD gear on, we're safe to open the machine and prevent it from electrostatic discharge. One of the things I wanted to note, we already took it out of the blade. That part's pretty simple. You just need a screwdriver and pull the latch and you just pull it right out. So we just kind of skipped over that part and just wanted to get right into the blade. On top of the blade, there's a nice little guide here from Cisco that's going to show you the CPUs and the DIMM slots as far as which slot is which slot. And when you get inside, it's actually color coded, and it'll also be labeled as well, so it makes it nice and convenient. So we're going to push this tab down, pull it out, lift it up, and we are in. Okay, so you will notice there are two CPUs, CPU 1 and CPU 2. CPU 1 is going to control the 12 DIMM slots up here, and CPU 2 is going to control the 12 DIMM slots up here. In order to access them, we're going to have to remove these small air baffles right here. And voila, we are in now. Now that we are in, let's discuss the memory channels. You will notice that, as we said, there's 12 DIMMs per CPU. There are 4 memory channels per CPU, and there are 3 DIMMs per memory channel. And you can see them by the fact that they're color-coded. So you'll notice there are 4 blues and 4 blacks and 4 whites per CPU. The blue is the start of the memory channel, black is the second slot, and white is the third slot. So if you were only going to install, let's just say, 4 DIMMs per CPU, you'd want to put them all in the blue DIMM slots, which is the start of the channel. The reason that you want to do that is you don't want to overload 1 or 2 channels. You want to have a nice even distribution across all of your memory channels. That'll maximize your overall performance. Now, of course, if you're maxing them out, just load them all up. But again, this is for those who are not maxing it out. You want to start with the blue, and then from there you'd want to go to the blacks. So then if you're putting in, let's just say 8, you would use the blues and the blacks, and all the white DIMM slots would be empty. Okay, and then if you're doing 12, like I said, you just completely max them out. So let's go over this a little further, and I'm going to start by popping all the tabs open. It's one of the things that I like to do to make it nice and easy for me when I'm installing the modules, that I don't have any tabs that are fighting me. So I'm just going to pop all the tabs open real quick. And then another thing I do want to note, when you look at the module here, you'll notice that there's a notch in the middle. This notch is known as a key. This key is not perfectly centered. So this is really important because you have to make sure you line your module up properly, or you could accidentally damage the lead or accidentally damage the DIMM slot. Neither are a problem you want to run into. So the first place we're going to put this, after we line this up properly, we're going to put this in A1, which is this blue DIMM slot over here. You'll notice I'm not holding the module. The module looks like it's in. However, it is not fully seated. So you want to hear these 2 clicks. Now that module is fully seated. So now we did A1, we're going to go to B1, which is the next blue DIMM slot right here. So we drop the module in nice and safe. Click, click. Now we're going to come over here to C1 on the outside. I will note that you need to flip your module around. So go ahead and drop this in. Click, click. Now we're going to go to D1. So you'll notice again, and I'm stressing the point, we put them in all the blue DIMM slots, a nice even distribution across each channel. So that way you're not overloading 1 or 2 channels. Everything is nice and steady, okay? So now we're going to come back over here to A2, which is the first channel, second slot. And then we're going to go to B2, which is the second channel, second slot. Click, click, and now we're going to swing back over to the outside over here, and that is going to be C2, third channel, second slot. And then we're going to do D2, which is the last channel and the second slot for the first CPU. All right, so again, you'll notice we've used the blacks and the blues, all the whites are empty. Now we're going to finish this up, and we're going to go ahead and install them in the white. Now, of course, again, if you're maxing it out, you don't have to do it in this way. You just can put them in however you like and just fill them all up. This is specifically just to show everyone who is not maxing them out how you want to do it. So that's why we did the white ones last. So, all right, so this will be B3. We're going to flip this around, do C3. And then let's knock out D3, and we did it. So just that fast, you can see in a couple of minutes, we were able to completely upgrade this. Technically these are 32 gigs, but we were able to upgrade this with relative ease. We're going to come over here and knock out CPU 2, and we'll be right back. All right, so we've completely loaded this up. We've added in 2432 gigs. We've taken this up to 768 gigabytes. This is going to be roaring with speed now. I mean, this is going to be an amazing blade. So this is definitely on the higher end because we also dropped in some E5 2697 V4s. Actually, no, these are the E5 2698 V4s that we put in here. So this is going to be a pretty awesome blade in itself. So do us a favor. One of the things I wanted to tell you guys, we actually build, this is what we're doing with this right here, we actually build out servers all the time. We do upgrades as well. So if you use the B200 M4s or really any Cisco blades in your data center and you're looking for someone that can custom build them and get them out fast and stocks them, we'd love an opportunity to win your business. So email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. That's sales@cloudninjas.com. And if you're looking for upgrades, we've got a ton of different modules in stock, all different flavors of the sun. So if you want something on the low end, 4 gig, 8 gig, 16 gig, you want 32 gig, 64 gigs, whatever you want, different speeds, we got it all. So we'd certainly love the opportunity. Email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. And hey, if you made it this far, click that like, smash that subscribe. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.